Alright, so now we're gonna get a little bit more advanced. Just a tiny bit. Oh yeah. Hold on, let me make a new animation for this actually. Punch. Because that's what we're gonna be doing today. Now, you remember how to like add the actual rig so you can animate it? Press item, add item, or just simply press 9, which is a lot easier. Click the item, press OK. That's it. Now, we're gonna get into the more advanced stuff. So, let's say you're moving this arm, and then you wanna do the exact same to the other arm, but you wanna make it like identical, like in the exact same position on where this arm is, right? There's actually, you have to do like a decent amount of work. Oh you have to do a decent amount of work to actually like make it so that you can actually like, keep this in place and then reflect over here. My fault. Alright, so all you gotta do is select this, right? Select the keyframe that you want to reflect. Shift C to copy it. Make sure you save the animation too. Now you have to make a new animation, because you can call it whatever. Now, add the keyframe, not the keyframe, my fault. Add the rig, just add it, and then boom, that's it, Now what you want to do here is that you're going to press Shift V. Now sometimes it's not going to work. What you have to do here is press Alt Shift V. What this does is that if you want to copy a frame from another animation and then paste it into a new one, you have to press Alt Shift V. Just one more extra button. Now what you're gonna do is that you're gonna press attempt to reflect, and it's gonna be on this arm now. So now you click the keyframe and then copy it. Save the animation. Now you go back to your original animation, and you gotta make sure you're on the same time that like this keyframe is on. Easiest way to do it is just like either going by there one by one, or just simply Now you're gonna press Alt Shift V, and now you're gonna have both of the arms in the exact same spot as this arm was. That's what do you call it? Something that is very useful that most people don't show in YouTube videos. Now another thing is that if you accidentally highlight this and then if you don't get this keyframe, what you want to do is that you're gonna press Shift and then hold click and just just drag, and then it'll select all of them without deselecting the other one. Because if I just try to like, oops, I forgot to highlight this keyframe. If you just simply try to drag it and like do it right here, it's only gonna select this one. Now in my opinion, it's more easier to just do that and then just hold shift and drag like that if you mess up. But you can just also just select all of them and not mess up. Now there's two more actually. There's like one more thing. Now, yeah, two more. My fault. Now, if you want to add just a keyframe, oh yeah, you can like shift and click all of these. Same with the keyframes. If you want to add a default keyframe, where it is in place, but there's no keyframe here, all you gotta do is press the plus button. Plus, and then just add a keyframe. And then now we're gonna get into editing keyframes. Now I'm gonna move his arm up, right? Now what you want to do is that you're gonna press the keyframe before the actual item. Like, let's say he's lifting up his arm, and like you put a keyframe before he lifts up his arm. You're gonna select this one, basically the one before it. Now you're gonna press 7. Now easing, I don't call it easing. I just call it editing the keyframe. Now when you make an animation, it's gonna originally be in a straight line, in a straight line, linear, however you say this shit. It's gonna be in a straight line. Now you can edit this line by selecting these. For example, oh yeah, before we do that too, you can change the direction. Since this is like a straight line, I can't edit it, you know? Now let's say you want to edit it, and you want to make it have, I'll just show you. So, sine has a slow startup, and then it speeds up just a tiny bit. Not a big difference, but, you know, it's not straight line either. Now, if you want to make it go in, it's gonna have a slow startup and then a fast startup at the end. You know. Now, if I make it out, it's gonna have a fast startup, but then a slow end. You know. Now, in and out. In my opinion, do not use in and out and in. It's very useless in my opinion. But what it does is that it has a slow startup, and goes in a straight line basically in the middle, and then a fast end up. And then for out and in, it has a fast startup, goes in a straight line, and has a slow end. It's kind of confusing, so don't use in, out, and out, in. Now, something like quad, the more you're going down, by the way, the more dramatic, the more bigger, it becomes. Now, for quad, just, exactly what I said for sine, but just more bigger effect. Now, for something like quint, you should not use in, and then you should not use in for quint, as it's kind of useless. The only actual good feature it has is out, because a very fast startup and then a slow end up, which in my opinion is very good for most animations. Now I'm gonna show you guys. I'm gonna show you what it, I'm just gonna show you guys. Now for sine, actually wait, hold on. Now for sine, Linar, my fault. Oh yeah, you gotta add it by just simply pressing OK. Now, it's just in the straight line at a keyframe, so it's gonna go up pretty slow. Now, if I select sine in, it's gonna have a slow startup and a fast end up. Watch. See how it's just a little bit slower and then a little bit faster at the end compared to Linar? That's just how it is. And then for out, it's gonna have, fast startup, but then slow end. Now, same thing goes for like quad, just like a little bit more, Now, when it actually starts becoming a bit more like bigger, like quint, in has a very like almost not noticeable startup, and it goes pretty fast at the end. Now, what's useful about quint is that you always want to use out if you're using quint. And it'll have a very fast startup, and then it'll slow down at the end. I hate cars, dude. Yo, I hate cars. Anyway, I have a fast startup, very fast one, and then slow down at the end. Almost like you're speeding up, and then you're slowing down at the end of a race. Something like that. And for Cirque is a little bit different actually. Cirque, it almost like, has a slow startup and like almost like pauses and then goes up pretty fast. Here, watch. Almost like pauses and it's just there. It's not exactly useful. Now, something like back is more confusing because it has something called overshoot. Now, basically, you know how all this stay in like this little box? Back basically goes beyond these boxes and yeah. And you can edit how long the overshoot is. Like, for example, this is a default overshoot. I can make it like 2. I can make it something like 4, which is not recommended. Always need to be in the range of 1.5 through 4 max. If you really need it. But yeah, something like 4, Now, if you really want to, it's gonna fuck up your animation, but you can go as high as you want. For example, maybe 40. It's just gonna like just don't worry about that. Just don't worry about it. Now, for in, it has a very slow startup, but goes pretty fast at the end. And also, like, winds up and then goes, you know? That's what I like about back. Now, if you make it out, this is the, like, most keyframe I use in my animation. Back and out. The reason why is because it has almost a rubber band effect. Let's say you're doing like a hard punch, right? Or like you're swinging your arm really fast. It's gonna go up really fast, and it's gonna like overshoot it, and then come down slowly. It's kind of weird to explain. Just watch. See how like it went up more than it should and just come back down to where it should be? That's basically what back is, and that's why I love it. Now, I'm gonna tell you what you shouldn't use at all, no matter what value. I have no clue what the fuck this is. Don't touch it, bro. Don't use constant. Don't use elastic. Don't use bounce. And that's it. Because bounce, there's going to be no use of elastic and bounce. And constant. Constant. Just trust me on that one. Now, I'm gonna... actually, nah. I'm gonna make another 2 videos about animation. Alright, I'm gonna see you on the next one.